This is Wadu TV, truth and integrity.
I was a for my MOBB Alcaba from Wadu TV, so you best say first time I will share now was subscribe to my channel and I like if you don't know your comment or comment section more. Now, many day and NDC ama yokono a call on che wa national campaign e watamale mountain so na enya sanketo akwa nipa mpempem ne bu e ba ya chese na wo hwe nipa ne de se e betima ka se NDC for e komani mpa na se de nipa bedodo na so dom ho NDC mu fine e nipa dodo na so na gina simpie so Johnson Asiedu Nketia national chairman de NDC watu blow atu bomb Atuja diamane omampanyin Nana Addo Bawumia ne appointees ne mpanyefo bi a wo mu bu oman ne tantan fun na wo chese omampanyin ma ba ne mu na hodo obedi nkonim no na netumi ma no se Bawumia onfa ma no se Mahama onfa ma no no mbra bontin so me declare said obi wini bia wo de aba no ebe ma no ana so de tumi be ma no wa bra basabasa yi bia enkoso National Peace Council ene ku ahodo mo hwe se bambo ebe koyi o memo no ni nyina watonkra de amamu se okasa wie no John Dramani Mahama bosu kenanso gina simpie so kasa bebre ni nyina fa oman no se no peso ba obe ni yie na Ghana fo ho timi tomo na bibia ye nko yie sika sema agenjene o memu nyina ogugu ni memu maye na yetimi etede so ba Ghana be de 24-hour economy waka ho asem no wasensi so aka ho nsem bebre ebra wo gina simpie so e watamale
General Mosquito is in Tamale. Show some love. Choboy.
The Chairman General, General Mosquito.
Choboy. 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 Let me see your flags, the NDC flag. Let them fly. Oh, look at how beautiful.
Choboy.
So beautiful. Choboy. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the incoming President, John Dramani Mahama. Your Excellency, the incoming Vice President and the first Vice President to be of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajamai. Your Excellency and my own sister Lordina Mahama. I want to say that. So all of you out there, wave your hand. You are all comrades in the struggle.
Show your hand, show your hand, show your hand. Show your hands. Hey!
Today is not a day for long speeches. And I don't intend to make any long speech at all.
I should make sure you speak by 5. So we are...
Today is not a day to convince those who have been converted already and been baptized. Today is the day we are launching the NDC campaign to move to the presidency. So I'm not going to address you. My address is going straight to the presidency. And the occupants of the presidency, His Excellency Nana Addo Bawumia. Why am I saying this? Today marks the beginning of a struggle to decide who becomes the leader of this country. And you all remember that 8 years ago, this country was handed over to Nana Addo Bawumia in one piece by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So to those who know the telephone number of Nana Addo, who have any contact to Nana Addo, please take this letter for him. Dear Mr. President, you remember that 8 years ago, the NDC and President John Dramani Mahama handed over to you a peaceful country in one piece. We are heading towards a crucial election. You are wearing 2 caps. You are the leader of a party going into this contest, the New Patriotic Party. But more importantly, you are the current leader of Ghana. You are the president, the first gentleman of the Republic of Ghana. So even as your heart desires that your party will win elections, you have a bigger responsibility of making sure that there is a transparent, peaceful elections in Ghana and there is smooth transition to the incoming president without a drop of blood coming out. And so, Mr. President, we have 4 months now to go into elections. As all previous presidents have acted, we have heard you. We have heard your message on the MPP platform. You are delivering as the leader of New Patriotic Party. We are yet to hear a clear message from you, Mr. President, committing yourself to a peaceful, fair and transparent elections in Ghana, and committing yourself to respect the wishes of Ghanaians and putting yourself in readiness to hand over power peacefully to whoever is chosen by the good people of the Republic. 4 months is too short. President Rawlings declared his preparedness to hand over power to anybody who will win elections 1 clear year before the elections. President Atta Mills did the same. President Kufuor did the same. President Mahama did the same. We are ready to hear what you will say. What you have said already, that you will not hand over until you hand over to the candidate of your party, we consider it to be platform talk. Come out and speak as the father of the nation. You must set the tone for this election. If the election is going to be peaceful, it must begin from the mouth of you, Nana Addo. If election is not going to be peaceful, and you want to destroy the country, you want to blow the bridge once you have crossed to an island, let it come from your mouth on a presidential platform. We have heard what you have said on your political platform. We are not MPP people. So we take it that you are addressing your party faithful. Come and speak, President of the Republic of Ghana, and give us assurances that you are interested in peaceful and transparent elections. And when the people decide, you are ready to hand over. Mr. President, we want to urge you to call your appointees to order to prevent them from abusing the power we have entrusted in them to pursue their political interests, because they will be resisted. Mr. President, we beg you, you are the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Your word to the security sector that you are interested in peaceful and transparent elections will be obeyed, because you are the Commander-in-Chief. Don't hide under any cover. You are the one giving the wrong instructions. Own up and tell them that the power of the masses is stronger than any army or police in the whole world.
Chabai! Dunga!
Eyezuzu. My next message goes to the Council of State and the National Peace Council. We are beginning the contest for power today. You have been established as the institution responsible for advising the President of the Republic of Ghana. Please stand up and discharge your responsibilities. The nation is in crisis. We are going into a crucial election. Justify the reason why you were put in place. You were not put in place to bootlick the president. You were put in place to advise the president, because we know there will be a time that you will have a president who is recalcitrant. There will be a time that we will have a president who will not listen to the masses. That is why we established the Council of State. Please stand out and be counted. Do your duty. Either you work now or you have yourself to blame 5 months from today.
Hey!
The National Peace Council. Your message is simple. Act according to your name, the Peace Council. We did not establish a Peace Council to be appealing to the emotions of people who have been wronged. We did not establish you to appeal to the oppressed, to guarantee the peace of the oppressor. We established you to speak the truth. Tell whoever is not conducting himself well, whoever is moving on a dangerous path, to create problems of this nation. So if you are interested in peace and you want to act according to your name, please be proactive. When you see the early warning signs, don't wait for anybody to wake you from your slumber. Stand up, speak out, and be counted by posterity.
Thank you.
The next message, I want to send it straight to the heads of security in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, is the Chief of Defense Staff listening? Whoever is close to him should nudge him to listen to Asiedu Nketia on Tamale platform. Where is the IGP? If he is listening, my message to you is simple. The day you were commissioned into leadership of our security services, you swore an oath to protect the interests of Ghanaians. You didn't swear to protect the interests of any regime that is in power for the time being. We know you are working under pressure, but please, you can absorb that pressure and do the right thing for the next 4 months. If you fail, on the day of accountability, you will not have the president who is pressurizing now to do the wrong thing to come to your defense. You will be left with yourself and your God. So this is the time for positive defiance. You cannot be following wrong instructions under the excuse that power from above, order from above. There is no order from above.
No order from above.
You swear an oath to this country that you will stand up and defend the country and put your life on the stakes if you fail. So please, we beg you, we trust you. You are the unsung heroes of this our fourth Republican democracy. Peaceful transitions have happened because you did not look on for wrong things to be done. You defied instructions on the D-Day when you considered the instructions to be wrong and stood up to protect the democracy of this country. Do it once more.
Hey!
My next message is directed to Nananum of this country. Nananum, the chiefs, we did not insulate your institution from multi-party politics, partisan politics, for no reason. We know why we did that. We knew from our past history, if you allow politicians to meddle up with our holy institutions like the traditional councils and paramountcies, you end up with a situation where the institution will be destroyed. Please, you have a role to play beyond appealing to us for peace. Stand firm and neutral in this context, so that if there is a problem and you invite us to adjudicate, we all trust you and come before you and listen to your advice. If chiefs meddle in politics, then there will be a time politicians will meddle in chieftaincy, and we don't want that. That is why we framed the Constitution to prevent chiefs from engaging in multi-party or partisan politics. Stay holy, stay clean. We know you are under pressure for Nana Addo, who want to compromise every institution in this country. You are our last hope. Stay clean, so that you can protect our democracy. Finally, our religious leaders. Religion is a very important structure in nation building. And so in crafting the Constitution, we were very careful to ensure that political parties cannot be formed based on religious denominations. We were careful to ensure that nobody can form a political party based on a religion. And so for the past so many years, this country has stayed peaceful. Nobody has campaigned in this country on the basis of religion. Let me tell you that religion can become a very, very dangerous force that can destroy a nation. If you mix politics with religion, you have a divided nation that cannot be reconciled upon itself. So we are talking to our colleagues in politics that December this year, we are not going to look for a bishop. We are not going to look for an imam. We have those people already. What we are going to look for is a leader who is truthful, who is trustworthy, who has vision, who can lead this country out of the quagmire we are facing.
Hey!
And that leader is President John Dramani Mahama.
Thank you.
Those who know Quran,
Thank you.
go and read the Quran. If you are looking for an imam, the first thing you look for is a truthful person. No religion will accept a liar as their leader. Whether you are Muslim or Christian or Hindu or Buddhist or traditional African religion. So look at the attributes of the choices you are facing and decide. We in NDC believe that President John Dramani Mahama satisfies all the criteria for leadership, whether he is found in a religious circle or whether he is found in a political circle, because he is truthful, he is honest, he is courageous and yet tolerant. He listens to the masses.
Hey!
And so this evening I have come to address this message to these very important leaders of our country, Ghana. Whether Ghana will remain peaceful depends on what happens in these elections. Aluta!
Continua!
Aluta!
Continua!
Thank you very much.
Ghana is at an important juncture in its history. And the decision that we make on 7th December is going to reflect on the future of this country. A member of the New Patriotic Party, a friend of mine and a former colleague MP, said, it's not Ghana that needs change. He says it's change that needs Ghana. Change is calling Ghana. And that's Honorable Kennedy Ejapong. Change needs Ghana because in the last Afrobarometer survey, more than 80% of Ghanaians said that our country is going in the wrong direction. And if you are going in the wrong direction, if you are walking or you are driving and you are going in the wrong direction, what do? You change your course. And that is why on 7th December, Ghana must change course. We cannot solve the crisis in which we are with the same people who caused the crisis in the first place. Several years ago, somebody came and said, try me. Monso Menche. The result is what we are seeing today. Today another person has come and he's also saying, try me. And he's saying the same things the one who has helped to put us in this ditch was saying 8 years ago. And what they say is that if after 4 years I don't do well, change me. The youth of this country don't have 4 years to waste. The youth of this country are in a hurry to create the opportunities that will make them live a dignified life. They're not going to try somebody and after 4 years decide whether you should continue. The youth of this country want an experienced hand. They want a safe pair of hands. They want a hand that they have seen do it before to come back and take this country and rescue us from the mess in which we have been dumped by the Atigya Watch Asiedu Bawumia government. My brothers and sisters, it is not going to be easy. The more I look at the figures, the more I look at our situation, it is even worse than what this government is telling us. It's going to take a lot of hard work. And as has been said, one person alone cannot do it. We would need the cooperation of the whole country to be able to lift Ghana back on its feet again. I've been out of government for almost 8 years now. I did my best. I wouldn't say things were perfect, but at least we're making progress. What I can promise you is that I will be truthful to you. I will never tell you lies. I will never tell you things that I can't do. The problem with this country is that our policies are based on the short cycle of winning elections every 4 years. And we are not creating the foundation for this economy to take off. And so, we're not making you promises. I'm promising you that I'll work hard, day and night, to make sure that we reset the fortunes of this country. 4 years of a good leader will make more impact than 8 years of a dishonest leader. It's not about how long you serve. It is about how well you serve. It's not about 8 years or 4 years. It is about hard work. It is about truth. It is about trust. And it is about doing the things that will create a future for our young people. And that is why the NDC is calling on you on 7th December to do your duty to your God and country so that we can turn this nation around. This government is living in an illusion. They are living in a dream world. They are living in a fantasy world. Because if you are not living in an illusion, when people are hungry, how can you tell them they are satisfied? Puma and the Nyale. And the Nyale. Kakum Malma. Kakanti Yelman and Teria. Then we can feel the pangs of hunger, and yet this government tells us we are satisfied, and that never in Akufo-Addo's government have people gone hungry. Meanwhile, the statistics clearly show that 8 million of our citizens last year in 2023 went 24 hours without food because they couldn't afford to buy food. Meanwhile, the statistics tell us that almost 2 million of our young people are sitting at home. They are not in school, they are not in education, they are not in training, and they are not in employment. They are just sitting at home idle. And most of them are still living in their parents' houses because they don't have an income to be able to start a life of their own. The statistics tell us that unemployment has risen from just above 8% in 2016 to 14.7%. And yet, they say things have never been this better. And they have the audacity to compare themselves to our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. How can you compare this useless government that has led Ghana into such crisis to the government of Kwame Nkrumah? The statistics again tell us that things are not well with this country. All the statistics. For a government that said it was going to come with an economic wizard, an economic guru, and that is the reason why he was being brought, to stabilize the economy and stabilize the currency. To take the cedi from 4 cedis to 16 cedis and tell us that, clap for us, we've done well. If such a government is not living in an illusion, what else is an illusion? For a government that has taken inflation as far as 54%, and it is currently still above 20%, to tell us that we should clap for them because they've done well. If they are not living in an illusion, then I don't know what an illusion is. But that is the beauty of democracy. It gives us the opportunity every 4 years to make a change. And the time has come for us to make that change. The time has come for us to reset Ghana. And I believe that 4 years is enough to do the reset of Ghana. We will reset this country so that future generations can come and build on that foundation. Our intention is to ameliorate the damage that has been done. We all saw what happened in the banking sector clean-out. The indigenous capital of Ghanaians in our banking sector was wiped away with one very reckless decision. And so today, most of our people who were working in the banking sector for these banks are today unemployed. And I'm sure there are some of them here. Today, some of them are Uber drivers, some are bakers, some are even driving Aboboya and Mahama Kambu. The time has come for us to make a change. And I've said when we come, we will restore for those who unjustifiably had their banking licenses withdrawn, we shall restore their licenses to them. So that we can create more employment for our people. The debt restructuring has given people haircuts, and that's what Nana was talking about. Today, the savings of our middle class has been eroded because of the debt restructuring. Our pensioners, and I'm sure there are some of the pensioners here, your provident fund that you used to buy bonds and other things, in order that when you go on pension, you'll be able to buy your medication and be able to look after yourself. Today, this government has endangered your future. Many might not live long because they cannot afford to buy medicines. And this government does not deserve 1 day longer. But our constitution says they still have 5 months to go. But come December, we must take the decision that will change the trajectory of our country. The world is waiting for a signal. Ghana is waiting for a signal. Investors are all holding on because they want to see what will happen in Ghana. We must take a decision on 7th December that shows the world that we are serious people. And that we know that our country needs a turnaround. And so 7th December, let us all make sure we come out in our numbers and we vote so that we move this government out. Let us not lose hope. Let us have hope. Because I can assure you that the next NDC government is a government that will restore hope and create opportunities for our young people. NDC has the men and the women. And it's not like what the MPP said, we have the men. And we didn't know they were area boys. NDC has capable men and women who are capable of turning our fortunes around. And our first priority is going to be job creation, so that we can create jobs for the teeming youth of this country. And that is why I'm proposing the 24-hour economic policy. The policy is going to be linked with aggressive food production and modernization of our agriculture. And that's why I'm saying in every district we're going to create farmer service centers. We will bring the tractors, the planters, the plows, the seeds, the fertilizer. And if you're a farmer, you must register with the center. And at the beginning of the farming season, we'll give you all the inputs that you need so that you can produce your crops. And when you have sold your crops, you come back and pay for the inputs that you have been given. The 24-hour economy is going to be linked to an accelerated export development program. We're going to create agro-processing zones. And we're going to create a new class of agribusiness people. And so all you young people will be encouraged to go into agro-processing. You can buy the food off the farmers, you can process it, package it nicely, either for domestic consumption or for export. And there's going to be an accelerated export development program, of which I, the president, will be the chairman, to make sure that we increase the exports of Ghana. Ghana has the human resources to turn our nation around. Ghanaians are capable. Ghanaians are capable. They need the right leadership. They need a selfless leadership. And that is why I'm saying that governance is going to be a key platform of the new government. One of the things we will continue is the work Professor Tamil started of reviewing the 1992 Constitution and amending it so that it will be a living document that guides our country into the future. We will continue the constitutional review to amend the various sectors that are holding us back. We know that the vast majority of our people want our district chief executives to be elected so that they can hold them accountable. We will look at the work the Constitutional Review Committee did, and I think that in 4 years we can forge the consensus that will amend the Constitution and make it a better document for us. Another aspect of governance will be to strengthen the institutions. We're going to work with the judiciary. We're going to work with Parliament so that we can strengthen these institutions in order that they can be the bulwark of our democracy. But of course, the most important issue in governance is the fight against corruption and accountability. If you don't want to be accountable, go and do your own business. Whatever you do in your business, nobody is coming to hold you to account because it is your own investment. But if you decide that you want to come into public service, then be prepared to be held accountable. And so I've said it and I'll say it again. For those people who have been involved in scandals and various acts of misappropriation in this government, this MPP government, we shall investigate you and we will let the law take its course. We will hold everybody to account. And if you have abused your public trust, the people of Ghana will exact the sanction that is required. But I serve notice too that our country is at a pivotal point. This is our last opportunity. If you read the Afrobarometer survey, you will find that trust in democracy is at its lowest in our history. And this is our last opportunity to salvage our democracy. So it is not going to be business as usual. For those who wish to serve in the new administration, know that you are coming to serve in an administration of modesty. You are coming to serve in an administration of honesty. You are coming to serve in an administration of hard work. And you are coming to serve in an administration of accountability. And so as we hold the previous government accountable for wrongdoings, if you serve in the John Mahama government, the next John Mahama government, if you are accused of wrongdoing, you will also be punished and held accountable. Because it is going to be asked, they say in the Akan language, Aba yadibo techino, enwa en yadibo bang. And so if you want to serve in this administration, you must be prepared to be accountable. We're going to launch our manifesto next month in August. before the end of August, and we're launching it in Central Region. So Central Region, when you go back, start preparing. We're coming to launch the manifesto. And when we launch the manifesto, there are a lot of interesting things there. We will spell out the blueprint that we intend to pursue to change the fortunes of our country. But let me just mention a few, and I think Nana did. Our women are the majority of our population. And our women dominate the commerce, trade, agriculture, agro-processing sectors of our economy. And yet sometimes our mothers and our sisters need just 1,000 Ghana cedis to be able to use as capital for their business, and they are not able to get it. And that is why, as Nana said, we're going to set up a National Women's Bank. It is going to have its branches in the markets, in all the places that women do business. Your bank, your women's bank is going to be there. And it will be responsible for giving you small credit so that you can grow your businesses and be able to look after your families. We know that it is the mothers and the sisters and the women who, when they get a little money, they take it home and look after our children. And so if we empower the women, we're empowering ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to improve the free SHS. We are going to improve the free SHS. We are going to work hard to remove the obnoxious double track system. So that all our children can go to school at the same time and close from school at the same time. We don't want the situation where our children come home and stay home for 4 months before they go back to school. And so we're going to improve the free SHS. We're going to sit with the teachers and the parents and all the stakeholders, and together we will forge an implementation plan that will make the free SHS better. We're going to improve health care. And in our 2020 manifesto, we talked about the introduction of primary health care. When the manifesto is put out, you'll see the provisions that are there for primary health care. We're going to uncap the NHIS. Currently, this government has capped the NHIS and is taking some of the NHIS money into the consolidated fund. And that is why when you go with your NHIS card, the hospitals are reluctant to serve you because they don't refund the claims that they make. So we'll uncap the NHIS so that when you go, you can get good, affordable treatment at our health facilities. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue to remove schools under trees. Professor Mills started that program, and we provided good school environment for hundreds of thousands of children. We're going to continue the removal of schools under trees and improve our basic education. For tertiary students, we're going to take a part of your university land. We will sit with your universities, they will carve out a portion of your land. And we're going to work with the private sector to build student hostels so that you will live on campus and not live elsewhere and suffer the danger of traveling to and from home to school. We want our tertiary students to live on campus so that they can stay on campus and learn. There are several instances where students leaving the university and going for accommodation outside the university have either been knocked down by vehicles, attacked by armed robbers, or have found themselves in danger. There are many, many things that we intend to do, but let me just address finally our party. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an election like no other. And if you say you are NDC, then you better get prepared. Everybody is going to volunteer. We're not going to sleep for 48 hours until all the ballots have been counted. None of us is going to sleep for 48 hours until all the ballots have been counted. And I wish to assure all the people of Ghana who intend to vote for the NDC, I can promise you that we will protect every single vote. We have had our issues with the Electoral Commission, but we are prepared to give them the benefit of the doubt. And at the same time, we also must use the instruments that the electoral process affords us to be able to make sure that we police the poll. And that is why we are calling those of you who want to volunteer. Everybody is going to be a party agent on that day. Even if you are not selected as one of the 2 party agents, you are going to be there to make sure that the right thing is done. The Electoral Commission regulations say that at the end of counting, when the pink sheet has been filled, the pink sheet must be pasted on the wall of the polling station. Listen to me carefully. You must all insist that the returning officer must paste 1 copy of the pink sheet on the wall of the polling station. When he has done that, please take your mobile phone and take a picture of the pink sheet, so that tomorrow when somebody changes the pink sheet, we will know that it is a fake pink sheet. Amabia, people TMP ngo de bela yamanle ne jiri susuni ambine teza borla yamanle then we go 7 December to the chance to be enter NDC now ikone inshallah NDC tindi nasara. Iyaye na maza da mata, kuriyan da za mu jefa 7 December yana tsakanin gaskiya da karya. Na sani mu duka na son gaskiya, saboda idan ka zama Christian ka zama musulmi, Quran da Bible duka na numa muna kaman abinda mu yi duka mu doci gaskiya mu yi aiki. Don shi na sani 7 December kuriyan da za mu jefa nga, za mu jefa na gaskiya ne, za mu jefa na NDC. Na sani inshallah NDC za ta ci nasara a cikin zabi-zabin da za mu yi nga. Mini anomu abatu aye betui ejina nokre ene entro yebeyi se nokre nie entro nie eno ho abatu ne ebeto na minim se esumbia obia asumbia se Bible se Quran ni na kire se emre bia yemfa nokre emfa nye ejuma na minim se nyame adawruma nti 7 December abatu aye betui nyame adom nti NDC bedin konim ewa abatu odom. Enyami me oshikini wabafo 7 December eye anokwale ke amalete ni wofe wosumana anokwale ke Kristo fo jibo ke muslimi jibo wofe Bible ke Quran chon wake wokwe anokwale achu ewo nlake nyumodromo hewo 7 December NDC ba yenkuni ye tikiemi angbanyu ufa Metro Bikeke 7 December konkonwe ankaya antuwere kele kasinteng na efe bukonko na yantu anke kenyi fene afule kakramo ko fayo church anye Bible ni Quran be nyina anye fene Sankma anta kasintenshu. I'm so in for the inshallah. 7 December, Konkongwe Ankai Antoere. NDC, Benji Nasara Kumoto. Novinho. Medogina Mikata. Mauna Irami. Thank you very much. I want to thank the organizers for this good choreography. I also want to thank our traditional leaders who came here to represent the Yana. May God bless you for coming to join us. I want to thank everybody who took time to come here. May God take all of us safely back home. Once we launch this campaign, we are not going to sit. We're going to go from market to market. We're going to go from trotro station to trotro station. We're going to go from house to house. We're going to go from shop to shop. Don't wait till the campaign teams come before you come and follow our convoy. Even when we are not there, you must be working. And so on this occasion, we want you all to go home safely. On this occasion, as the leader and flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, I declare the campaign, NDC campaign for 2024 election duly launched. Thank you very much. Akwenami.
Our country is in a mess, a gargantuan mess, a big fat mess. In fact, Ghana is in trouble. This Akufo-Addo and Bawumia government has been a monumental failure. It has been 8 good years of lies, and more lies. 8 years of impunity and lawlessness. 8 years of recklessness and cruelessness. It has been 8 years of no jobs and joblessness. 8 years of no hope and hopelessness. 8 years of hardship, misery, and ahocher. 8 years of taxes, and more tax. 8 years of borrowing, more borrowing, and in fact, over borrowing. 8 years of illegal printing of money at the Bank of Ghana. 8 years of illegality. 8 years of wastage. 8 years of non-performance. 8 years of poor governance. 8 years of massive uncontrolled corruption. 8 years of state capture, family and friends, and arrogance of power. Ladies and gentlemen, I have heard some Ghanaians say that they are not interested in politics and that they are not going to vote. But let me say, I bet you that you will have a change of mind if you are aware that indeed 11.5 million Ghanaians, representing 33.3% of our people, have been thrown out into extreme poverty due to the bad governance of President Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia. I bet you will have a change of mind if you are aware that 8.4 million Ghanaians, representing 24.5% of our people, went without food in the year 2023 within a period of 24 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you will change your mind if you are aware that 2 million Ghanaians are facing acute food and nutrition insecurity, and this is according to the Ghana Statistical Service and the World Bank. You will be sure to note that 35% of our people, particularly youth unemployment, is such that 35% of our people are unemployed, and that 1.9 million of our youth are idling with no work, no training, and no education. And this again is according to the Ghana Statistical Service. Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you will have a change of mind and you will not say that again if you are aware that out of the 33 million Ghanaians, only about 22 million of our people are jobless, and that 2 out of every 3 Ghanaians are jobless. In fact, you will be surprised to know that 4.5 million of our people have completely given up in the search of jobs because of frustration. Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you will not make that statement again if you are aware that 50% of Ghanaian doctors are now working abroad due to poor working conditions, obviously because this government has failed. And this again is according to the Ghana Human Development Report. Ladies and gentlemen, that statement that I will not be voting because this government has failed, I beg to say that you have a change of mind if you are aware that this MPP government borrowed and overborrowed and have made Ghana bankrupt and insolvent to the extent that even pensioners were forced to accept crude haircut, and that the Bank of Ghana is today bankrupt and policy insolvent, and that the Ghana Cocoa Board has actually collapsed and the cocoa sector is actually collapsing, and almost all state-owned enterprises are also collapsing. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, let me say that with this poor scorecard of President Akufo-Addo and Atigya Bawumia, I want to use this opportunity to call on you, fellow countrymen and women, that this is a call to duty. You cannot sit on the fence. We owe Ghana a joint effort and a communal labor to rescue our dear country. Many anam Ghana for ahochira badodo. Amani resai, amani rukonechu. Da me pada metoto sramu inde. Mon join NDC. Ni yemfanse sapapa bi, yemfambro mani mu. Baby o man rokon. Aya humeto enkankan mbrante ezibani nyoma ni mu sike nyoma ni mu edume nyoma ni mu bebre wo bua na wada da ya toto sramu inde mombra mbeka yen ho ne yemfa obani yemfa nko bebi e botum de Ghana akọ yeda mo ase bebre.
Our beloved country, Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana is on her knees. Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana is at an all-time low. And all who love this country, and I believe millions of you listening to us, love this beautiful country. Therefore, I want to make a call to you. December 7 is not a battle between the NDC and the MPP. No. Please listen to me carefully. December 7 is not a battle between NDC and MPP. No. December 7 is a battle between those who love Ghana and those who do not love Ghana. December 7 is a battle that calls all who want the good of Ghana to rally to make sure that MPP is defeated. And that means even members of the MPP. Because I believe that there are still many people in the MPP who know that what has happened over the last 8 years under Nana Addo Bawumia has been nothing short of the total disgrace and destruction of our country. And I'm making this appeal to you, patriotic members of the MPP, and I know and I see some of you. You need to come together with the good people of Ghana to ensure that Nana Addo Bawumia Napo are disgraced and defeated on December 7. Hey! It is important for your own party because you need to rescue your party. I don't have a lot of great things to say about your party, but at least I do know that in 8 years of President Kufuor, we did not see this level of destruction. We don't see this level of disgrace. We don't see this level of deception, of total decay of our country. So therefore, it means that there are many of you in the MPP who know what is right. And you need to rally together with the good people of Ghana to ensure that this darkness comes to an end. That this decay comes to an end. That this disgrace comes to an end. That this shamelessness comes to an end. Come December 7. Comrades, if MPP is not defeated on December 7, what we'll be doing is letting them believe that you can destroy a country to any degree. You can corrupt a country to any degree. You can steal and make yourself rich at the expense of the people of Ghana. You can cause suffering to the people of Ghana. Desperation and hopelessness to our young people who today want to leave this country in drove. MPP will believe that you can do any of that and still win an election. And if that happens on December 7, this country is gone. This country is gone. If you allow MPP to still win after 8 years of this suffering, this disgrace, this total destruction of our country. So therefore, on December 7, it is a battle between Ghana versus MPP. It is not NDC versus MPP, it is Ghana versus MPP. And they must go on December 7. We know the level of destruction that has happened. And we know that President John Dramani Mahama, who definitely will win through your help and your support come December 7, is not going to have an easy job come January 7, 2025. But let me tell you why there is hope. John Dramani Mahama is coming from a great tradition. First and foremost, a president who has been inspired by the founder of our country, Kwame Nkrumah. And it's coming from that tradition of a great founder who established this country and built this country, that this country has become a place of pride. John Dramani Mahama is inspired by Jerry John Rawlings, who in 1982 took this country from a place of collapse, a place where this country was on its knees, and together with young patriots started the process that lifted this country, built the infrastructure, and set us on a path of honor and respect again.
Indeed, we have a good history.
John Dramani Mahama is inspired by Atta Mills, a great president who in 2009 met very great challenges in the economy of Ghana. Inflation was hitting almost 20%. The CD had depreciated by over 20%. Our gross domestic reserves had totally collapsed. Our banking sector was in crisis. Deficit was at an all-time high. But through deeds of hard work, through humility, selflessness, and love for country, John Dramani Mahama assisted Prof. Mills to set this country out of that difficulty and start a process that has led to 8 years of great achievement for our country. Therefore, John Dramani Mahama comes from a tradition that knows how to resolve problems. If Ghana is in crisis today, there is no one you can trust to deliver than the NDC, whose record of taking this country from crisis and setting it on a path of prosperity. Without doubt. But let me tell you, taking out MPP is not going to be easy. Comrades of the NDC and fellow Ghanaians, it's not going to be easy taking them out. The reason is simple. They know that once they are out, this time around, punishment will follow them. They know that they will be prosecuted. They know that their corruption, their greed, their destruction of the country will be punished.
Yes.
And because of that, they are going to do everything possible to steal the power from you. So therefore, we need to be extra dedicated. We need to make sure in every polling station, every single one of you is ready to work hard. Open your eyes and ensure that nothing goes wrong. And ensure that the collation of our results, and we assure you, we will make sure that happens. The job ahead is not an easy job, but we promise you we shall deliver it. All we need of you is to come out to your numbers and ensure that you vote against the darkness that has engulfed our country, the shame that has engulfed our country, the destruction that has happened to our country. And we believe that you will help us to achieve that. And once you do, you trust that we will restore this country again like we have done in the past. We have that history of being nation builders. We have that history of being people who love Ghana, who work hard to make sure we lift our country when things are down. Comrades, there's a lot of hard work ahead of us. I want to use the opportunity to thank our 137 members of parliament who continue to work hard on our behalf. I want to single out my brother Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa for the dedicated work he continues to do.
Hey!
We need more patriots, more people who love our country, who are ready to ensure that the hard work gets done. I want to thank our regional chairman and all the executives through the constituencies down to the branches. I want to tell you that your hard work has been great, but it's a 4.5 months to go. Let's finish hard and ensure that we do this for the sake of our country, for the sake of our children, for the sake of our children's children.
Hey!
And I'm sure we can. Novinyo Akpanami.